Hello and welcome to Chapter 1 Review Exercises numbers 28 through 39. Number 28, it says use the formulas in this chapter. So yeah, we're going to look in our book and we're going to get the formula for this one. Rate distance equals rate times time. Tax is going to be the rate times the original price. Temperature, F is going to equal 9/5 C plus 32. For a triangle, this is going to be area equals 1/2 base times height. The area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. And for a cone, we have volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so these are the formulas that we're going to be using. Um, uh, the other ones won't get us exactly what we need, so let's work through these. Okay, so rate times time equals distance. So we have 32 miles per hour times 4 hours. Hours cancel, and we're left with 32 times 4, that's 128 miles. Be sure you use the units or the grader will nail you. This is 7%, that's 0.07 times the price is 89.95. Let's pull out our calculator on that one. 0.07 times 89.95. And we get 6.2965. So the tax on that would be $6.30 if we round to dollars and cents. All right, the next number, temperature. If C is 45 degrees, then we've got F equals 9/5 times 45 plus 32. So 45 and 5 cancel and leave a 9. 9 times 9 is 81 plus 32 is 113 degrees Fahrenheit. 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Excellent. Number 31. The base is 6, the height is 7, the area is 1/2 base, which is 6, times height, which is 7. That's 1/2 times 6 is 3 times 7 is 21. And notice that these are in inches, and inches times inches give you indeed inches squared, which is the appropriate units for an area. Number 32, for a circle, we have area equals pi times the radius. Stick that guy in for the radius, and we get equals pi times 16 squared. Now notice this would be 16 centimeters squared, so the squared would also affect the centimeters. So 256 times pi. You could write it like this, 256 pi, and then of course it's in centimeters squared, which is the appropriate units for area. Or we can pull it out on the calculator and say, what is 256 pi? Use the pi button, and you get 804.24. All right, centimeters squared. Now notice if we didn't use the pi button, if we use something like 3.14, look at what happens, 256 times 3.14. The answer is just a little bit off, not too bad, just rounding error. All right, number 33, for a cone. So we now have, let me see, volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So the 12 goes in for the r, and 5 goes in for the h. And we get volume equals 1/3 pi 12 squared times 5. And we get, ooh, yeah, better punch that guy out. 1 divided by 3 times pi times 12 squared times 5. And it comes out to be 753.98. 753.98. And this would be yards. Is it squared? No, it's a volume. This is yards cubed. And notice how this happens. If this was a yard right here, the yards become squared when you take 12 yards times 12 yards. You get 144 yards squared. When you times it by 5 yards again, you get yards times yards gives you cubic yards. And it gets the right unit. Good. All right, number 34. We are now translating the following into math. So Bethany, this is going to be our variable. B will be, that's an equals, 12 years older than twice Richard's age. So that is B equals 12 plus 2R. There we have it. Number 35. Twice the number of quarters. So there's our variable right there. So twice quarters is 3 less than, but remember the 3 has to go over there, the number of pennies. So twice the number of quarters equals 3 less than the number of pennies. When you do less than, you always subtract that number from whatever it's saying then. All right, number 36. There are twice as many students as tutors. So this is one of those difficult ones. The number of students is twice as big as the number of tutors, right? There are more students than tutors, and so the number of students equals twice the number of tutors. All right, that might be a little toughy one. When you say there are twice as many students as tutors, you're twicing the tutors to get the number of students. Okay, number 37. Twice the difference between Carol's, the difference is subtraction between Carol's height and Gideon's. So we're going to take Carol and Gideon, and that's the difference between their height, and we're twicing that whole thing. So we need parentheses around it, is equal to 33. All right, so the next one, number 38, a price decreased by, so price decreased by 19% of the price, that's 19% of the price, 0.19 times the price would be equal to 250. So that's the translation of it. We don't need to simplify things right now. That particular one is going to come in handy next chapter. Number 39 says the base of a triangle. So, translate and find the missing variable. The base of a triangle is 7 yards. So base is 7 yards. What is the area? So we're trying to find area when the height is 9 more than 3 times the base. Well, we know what the base is. This is good. We can take the base and stick it right in here, and we get height equals 9 plus 3 times 7. So the height is 9 plus 21 equals 30. Good. So we have the base is 7, the height is 30. Do we know how to get area? Yes. Area is 1/2, it's a triangle, base times the height. So 7 goes in here, and 30 goes in there. So 1/2, 7 times 30, that's going to be 105. And notice we're in yards, so for area, this will be yards squared. Excellent.